Every powerful empire in history had a secret weapon. For the Romans, it was roads. For the British, it was ships. But today, the most powerful system in the world runs on something you can't even see. The most powerful system in the world runs on debt. And here's the crazy part. You didn't choose it. You were born into it. Your parents were in it. And chances are, your children will be too. That's how deep this system goes. You were born into this invisible debt trap. Right now, the world is sitting on over $300 trillion of debt. Think about that. That's not just a number. That's a system. A complex web. A system where money isn't earned. It's borrowed and then paid back with interest. Again and again and again. Every time. But here's what most people don't realize. This debt system has a limit. It will reach it. At some point, it breaks. The system cannot hold. And when it does, only one kind of wealth survives. So today, we're breaking down what's really going on and how smart investors are preparing. Smart investors are already preparing for what comes next in this system. Let's simplify how this works. You deposit money in a bank, thinking it's safe. But it doesn't just sit there. The bank takes your money. The bank takes your money and lends most of it to someone else. That person pays interest. The bank profits. And you get almost nothing. If that borrower fails, they still have to repay everything. The bank doesn't lose. The bank doesn't lose. They take the collateral, the house, the car, whatever they can. So the system is built in a way where you take the risk, they take the reward. Banks don't care if something is a good idea. They care if they can recover their money. That's why we see the same pattern again and again. Boom. Crash. Repeat. Because the system rewards lending, not real value. Now imagine a completely different system. Partnership instead of debt. No loans, no fixed interest. Instead, partnership. Someone invests in your idea. Someone invests in your idea and becomes part of it. If you succeed, they succeed. If you fail, they share the loss. Now, everything changes. Because now they actually care about your success. They don't just give money. They guide you. They support you. They think long-term, like a tree. This is ownership. And this is where real wealth is built. Because now money is tied to something real. A business, a product, an asset, not just numbers moving on a screen. And this one shift changes everything. But smart investors don't stop at ownership. They filter, because not all investments are equal. Some industries make money without creating anything valuable, like a gamble. Gambling, predatory lending, speculative trading. These don't build the future. They just move money around. And that makes them fragile. So instead, smart investors focus on what actually matters. They search for real value. Real estate, infrastructure, technology, healthcare. Things people will always need. And they follow 3 simple rules. First, avoid heavy debt. Look at the data. Second, invest in real assets. Third, focus on long-term value. And these types of investments don't just grow, they survive, even in a shake. Because when the system shakes, they don't collapse. Real assets stand firm. We are living through a turning point right now. The debt system is reaching its limit. The system built on debt is starting to reach its limits. it is starting to vibrate. And when that happens, a lot of what people think is wealth disappears. But real ownership? That stays. Because real wealth is not just money. It's control, it's assets, it's being part of something real. You take the wheel. So the question is, when the system resets, where will you stand? Red or white? On the side of debt or on the side of ownership? Make your choice today. Subscribe to the Income Code, where we break how money really works. Join the code.